Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football. And we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Sweden.
I think the white players will be very important here, Peter. A lot is going to be asked of them.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to cover the flanks on their own. They need to push up and establish some menace, some control, press from the front and act like auxiliary wingers, if you will, while also doing a fair bit of defending. And what's more, they're often expected to be the main supply routes in the side.
So it's away we go then. Elanga. Nicely weighted ball. Lovely bit of skill. He's making a real surge on the left. Just eases him off the ball. Knocks it into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Sweden have got it back and they'll have another go. Gudmundsson. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Sweden controlling the possession in this early phase. Driving. He's had a shot! He's got away with one there. And we have our very first corner. Terrific header! Decent enough try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
So we're still where we started right now. Iceland applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Tries to get it clear. Iceland have the chance to go the other way. Isak! Goal! Sweden! And Sweden take the lead. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Sweden have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible. This is the time you need that pace.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Great ball, and he's in, and the shot! Oh, what a big shoots! He scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Sweden are doing very nicely, thank you.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pass somewhat off target. He's in a great position here. Sweden have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. And here's Isak. Isak driving forwards. Tries to pass it through. He's got away. Elanga. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Oh, that's a key interception. Lindelof. Isak. Threads one in. Can he finish? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's a lovely, neat pass. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Isak. Oh, shooting chance! Yes! And they are cruising away. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Sweden find a position of real strength now. Now it's Isak. Tries to play it through. There's no flag. He's having a shot! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. A thrilling end to the half there, one that very nearly changed the complexion of this game completely.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Sweden will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
Here we go again.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, good-looking ball. Great vision. And he's picked out the run. Lovely, now then. And he shoots! No, he's missed it.
Oh, such good technique as well. That was exquisite. It's a real shame he couldn't find a finish after that.
Now, can they get him away? Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Now it's Isak.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Looks a good ball through. Look at the space here. There's the shot! And he should have made it 4.
Sweden really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
So, third corner of the game. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Strong running down that left flank. Lindelof calmly anticipates. Sweden are simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. And he welcomes it in, and it's made its way to him. Cross into the... Oh, smashing header! They've done it! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Iceland give themselves a fighting chance, back in with a shout. Opts for safety. Driving forward. Decent chance! And yes, it's there! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
After 64 minutes is number 17, Gyökeres.
Sweden blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Elanga. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, what has happened here? Elanga. Can he get on the end of this? And he's worked it through. And he shoots! That's another chance! And that is a truly outstanding save.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Substitution.
Sweden get their 4th corner. Climbs up big! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Substitution in progress.
Iceland making another change here. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Now it's Isak. Iceland can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
That's good running with the ball. Real chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Oh, that's well spotted. Driving on and making good progress. Foot in. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. This looks promising. And he's in on goes for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Five minutes left on the clock. He is through here. Good ball, good take. Elanga. So what can they make of this? That's good running with the ball. Chance! It's in! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade. and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's been slipped through. Big chance! And the shot! He has done it! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
The goal scorer for Sweden.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Sweden are making a change now.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Number 21.
Sweden are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them all.
And that will be it. Sweden pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness, relentlessness. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Sweden definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
Please join me in
so
wishing
many thanks
all
to
the
Jim
best
Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Wedding anniversary today.
And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, exhibition match sounds like an easy-ozy game of football, Peter, and a picture-perfect occasion until the word pride gets a mention. And it's likely to have quite a big say between teams that could easily be sucked into an excuse for another feud. Why let an exhibition match get in the way of that? So these two will be going at it very, very strongly.
And that gets things running. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this team can do themselves a real favour by getting the best out of this player, Kudos. He's such a powerful and intelligent runner, but I wouldn't say he's a great crosser of the ball. For me, he needs to be in a more central role where he can...
Can he finish? It's in!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Chooses to go crossfield. And that's gone loose. Nigeria leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And it's Ayew. Oh, that's fabulous. Lumpty. No foul, says the referee. Well, they've got it again. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Williams. Well, that is one way to stop him. Kudus. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Ayew. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Abdul Samed. And it's Kudus. Tries to play it through. Picks out brilliantly. There's the header! He scored! And this is getting better and better. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Nigeria are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Now it's Ayew. Abdul Samed. And here's Ayew. And he cuts out the supply. It's a really well-measured ball. Great chance! Loose, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
A case now of complete control.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And he's running through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Williams. To Ayew. Now it's Kudus. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Oh, what a climb! Danger averted for now. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
And it's been taken short. Kudus' cross. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Time.
Gets a good foot in there. Salisu. Williams. He's looking wide. Oh, no joy this time. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Those of you making their way home.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they want to keep things that way.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Nigeria, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Now it's Kudus. He's a sharp little ball here. He is through here. And this is... and the shot! It's hit the upright. He's got a goal! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Ghana give themselves a fighting chance, back in with a shout. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Can he get it through? That looks a good ball through. Jiku kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And this is Ayew, played out to the right. Strong running down that left flank. He's picked his way through. Lovely bit of skill. And he shoots! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, that was brilliantly defended. Little doubt who they'll be aiming at here.
Yeah, whether it's knockdowns or headers, you'll know he'll fight for it.
Tries a shot!
The attendance for this match.
Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Substitution in progress.
Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. And it's made its way to him. Chance for a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now they can spring out of defence. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Ayew. Oh, he's burst through. Out to the right. And he skips past his man. And this is Ayew.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Abdul Samed. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He's on it. Can he get away? And this is Ayew.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Ayew. He's got away. Oh, it's played into the area. Cleared away. Ball's played through. He's through here. And he's there to belt it away. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
No, that's been intercepted. Into the last 5 minutes. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Now, can they get him away? Great vision. He's in plenty of space here. That's very neat.
Minutes has been indicated.
And that was very necessary. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And that's it. Nigeria can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Well, how will we look back on that?
Nigeria really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
And just a quick reminder today to please drink responsibly.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
So we're up and running. And he's in on goal. Shot at goal! It's their first effort on goal.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
No way through, so back it comes. Finland have the chance to go the other way. He's in a great position here. Lovely bit of skill. Goes for a shot! Camera. Lod. Can he get on the end of this? Opts to... Tries a shot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Aims beyond the defence. Ivory Coast are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Quarter of an hour played. He's having a go! Oh, it's come off the upright. And that's caused a worry or two.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal. Finland really have decided to turn to the long ball. That's very obvious now.
And how do they go about making that work?
Well, they can't neglect accuracy, and it can turn that opposition defence into facing its own goal, which so often can cause problems.
And it's Camera. Ambitious ball here. Always played it in low. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Played out to the right. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Poyanpalo. This looks promising. Now it's Poyanpalo. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Great chance here from position A1. And a great opportunity to open the scoring here. He's having a go. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Driving on and making good progress. He's going for goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Kamara. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Gets into some space. Chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
Strong running down that left flank. He's in space and looking for options. A header! Harmlessly behind. And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So we reach the halfway point.
Ivory Coast ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Ivory Coast have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And he's gone backward here. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Steaming on goalwards. And the shot! That's fallen kindly here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Gets a good foot in there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, in probably an entirely one-sided game, still up for grabs. Nothing to show for all the pressure. It's a threatening ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ivory Coast choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Changement pour la Côte d'Ivoire. Le numéro 13. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 10.
Wriggles his way through, and he was quick to react. Ivory Coast still have the cards to affect this game. He's shifting through the gears here. Swings it across. And that should get the job done. And it's made its way to him. That's good running with the ball. Knocks it into space.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Climbs up big!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Can he finish? They've got to be quick, and the keeper couldn't hold it. It's in! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
Après 75 minutes de jeu par le numéro 6.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Changement pour la Côte d'Ivoire. Le numéro 24.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Le numéro 25.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Camara. Camara cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Ivory Coast are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He's having a shot! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Now then, the ball's come loose.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Camara. So that's it. It is all over. Ivory Coast have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, this was a result that reflected the difference in team strengths. I mean, you felt that all they had to do was release their power and they were going to steamroll their opposition, which pretty much happened.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Nommé Jonathan et qui porte une casquette bleue attend ses parents au secrétariat du club. Jonathan, casquette bleue.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Begley.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
So it's down to business here. Looking for the run. Can he finish? That's a little off target. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's had it nicked away.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. No goals as yet. Turns back here, probably the best option.
Georgia really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Could move up a gear here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pass somewhat off target. Shooting chance! And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. He's in a great position here. There's the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And now a sudden chance to counter. he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Aimed beyond the defence. Chance for a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
That is ended up in no man's land. Knocks it into space. And he's managed to get free. He's having a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Now the cross, a mighty effort! And he's done it! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unearned.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Added time.
Whatever he had in mind, that... And the shot! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. A high-octane end to the first period, but there's still a single goal in it.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Played out to the left flank.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Gets into some space. Caught offside that time. Pinches it off him. It's a good run down the left-hand side. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's found the way through. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Tunisia still behind, thanks to that solitary strike. Tries to play it through. Chance! And another try! He has done it! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
After 60 minutes is number 23.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Tunisia really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
Steam. Can he finish? That's really well cleared. Can he get on the end of this? Well, that pass isn't the best. Great vision. He's in plenty of space here. Here comes the corner.
Substitution on the field. Number
Tunisia
19.
have their second corner
Coming
now.
on the field is
Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
substitutions taking place.
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
Tunisia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Now that looks a decent ball. Played out to the right. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He's picked his way through.
Georgia clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Looking for options for movement. It's a promising position. Ball swung in, climbs up big! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Substitution on the field. Number 23.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
Tunisia have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. So, what can they make of this? And he's picked it up out wide. He's got away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, outsmarting him this time.
There will be 3 minutes
And
at
he's
a
being
time.
shifted off it. Not the most accurate pass. And the number on the board is 3.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
That is good strength. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so
mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Please drink responsibly. Anyone appearing
So a
intoxicated
short
or
respite for the
behaving in an
players
inappropriate
as they
manner
prepare
will be
themselves
removed.
for
Thank you very
another
much for your
30 minutes.
cooperation.
Substitution on the field.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Number 10. Coming on the field, number 24.
Shin to shin,
Number
bicep
5.
to bicep, and he wins out. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He is through here. That pass has been well intercepted. The referee's awarded a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. That has been knocked clear. Hops for safety. And he's in on shapes to shoot! Oh, that's incredible! And that has raised the roof! A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
In extra time is number 21.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
There will be 1 minute added time.
Threads one in. It's a promising position. Lovely feet.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tunisia have got it back and they'll have another go.
With the owner of a blue car
Half-time,
parked outside
extra
the
time.
stadium gate, kindly remove it.
Well,
as
it
is
has
about
been
to be
a
towed
punishing
away.
game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And we are already back underway. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Great defending, strong and determined. Good running, strong and purposeful. He has found the way through. Hit into the middle. Cleared away. Has a shot! Should have equalised.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Tries to pass it through. He's on it. Can he get away? Nice interception, well timed.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Oh, that's fabulous. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Tunisia perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
And we'd like to inform
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.